What's up, everybody? This is episode 1 of my Kevcast. I wanted to start this for a while. I finally am. We're here at Big B Comics, 1045 Upper James. And most of my episodes will be like superhero related. We're going to do like movie reviews and like certain TV shows that are hero related. Not every movie will be like a hero movie, but that's just basically the idea. I'll do interviews sometimes, and I'm a comedian. I have other comedians. Various guests will be with me. I have people who do music, so we will be doing a variety of things. Get introduced first, Reeves.
Hey, my name is Reeves. When I rap,
cut you off for a second.
No worries.
No, my this episode though, because I was trying to think of what I could do. So with Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out in July, and Infinity War just came out, we're gonna do like all the Marvel movies, like ranked in order. So. Sorry, I'm a douche.
No worries, bro. No worries. My name is Reeves. When I'm on stage rapping, I go by Revolution, and when I'm gaming, I go by Toast Boy. Before I do anything, I gotta give a major shout out to Vermin Clothing. They're the reason why I'm here, actually. So, yo, thank you very much, Vermin, and thank you, Kev, for having me, bro. I appreciate it lots. And, bro, why don't you introduce yourself before we go further?
I'm John Laroche, stand-up comic, writer. That's about it. Gonna be starting a podcast eventually. I'm kind of a nerd, so that's probably why I'm here. And I think that's about it for an introduction.
Okay, so Reeves kind of didn't take direction well, and his list is he didn't do like a list like we did. So what's your top?
All right, so let me explain myself a little bit. So I was told beforehand, Kevin, messaged me. He was like, bro, I want you to go down your list of all of the movies in the MCU, and I want you to just rank them order from your worst to your best, or your best to your worst, and just rank them down. And I don't know about y'all, but I had such a hard time doing it. Like, some of the Marvel movies are really, really good, and some of them are and they just fall in the middle for me. So like, what I did instead is I did my top 5. And I'll count them down, so I'll go from 5 to 1. And I also got my least favorite Marvel movies. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit. You guys might not like my answers. Remember, this is all opinion, but I mean, definitely comment.
Everyone,
let me know what's up.
Everyone agrees on the internet.
No,
it's all good. There's no worries there.
As long as I don't have like 40 people in like the comments calling me the N-word after because I didn't like Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I hope they don't call me the N-word. That'd be okay. Carry on, sir.
Or me the J-word.
Oh dear God. Here we go.
So carry on, sir.
All right. So like I'm gonna start with my top 5. When it comes to Marvel, you have to understand that I started out as a DC kid. DC hat, like got Static Shock on my shoes.
I'm wearing a Flash belt.
This man's wearing a Flash belt, and we're here talking Marvel movies. But yeah, like I'm a major DC fan. My dad raised me to be a DC fan. Like I grew up reading Teen Titans and Batman comics. When I started with Marvel, Fantastic Four and Spider-Man were the only things I've read until the first Iron Man movie came out, and that was back in 2008. So like at that point, that's when I started getting into the rest of Marvel. X-Men especially is a huge thing for me, but we're here talking about the MCU, so forget about Fox for now. Let's worry about what Marvel has done themselves with Disney. So my top 5, I'm gonna start with my number 5. My number 5 is Thor Ragnarok. Interesting choice. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the first Thor's, or I know a lot of people are very iffy on the Thor movies.
Yeah, the third one's great.
Yeah, like I like the third one, mostly because of the use of the Hulk. I'm a major fan of the Hulk, one of my favorite heroes of all time. Not just because he's just, like a hero, he's more like an anti-hero kind of thing. He does what he wants, but like, he's the Hulk. He's a mountain, bruh. And every time I read about a character writing about or talking about being hit by the Hulk, like Wolverine, for example, I think it's the coolest thing. I don't know if you guys have seen that, where Wolverine talks about being hit by the Hulk, and he's like, at first you don't feel it, and then after everything, all the pain just hits you, and it feels like a mountain falling on top of you. It's the Hulk. And like, I'm a huge fan of Planet Hulk, which is part of the storyline that they use in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I don't know how everyone feels about that. I'm not a huge fan of mixing stories together, like what they did with Batman versus Superman.
They mix like 18 stories into one.
I don't want to talk about it. But with Thor Ragnarok, I think they pulled it together. I was a little iffy on the writing. I thought they made Thor a little bit too jokey. But you know what? Fantastic movie. I enjoyed it. My number 4 My number 4, Thor. My number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. The second movie, was fantastic. Everyone can agree. Volume 2
I
was
love
really,
it.
really good. The reason why I said the first one is my number 4 is because the soundtrack was perfect. The lead-in was perfect. I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. And like as someone who I knew who the characters were. I just was never a fan of the Guardians. It set something up for me. It made me want to read Guardians. And that's actually how I got into it. Learning more about the Nova Corps. Learning more about Agent Venom and Cosmic Space Knight Venom or whatever he's doing now. It's Venom. But yeah, like I thought Guardians was fantastic, and that's why it's my number 4. My number 3, Black Panther.
I saw that with you.
Yeah, I saw it with Kev.
I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Nice.
I absolutely loved Black Panther. Love what they did with Wakanda. The acting was fantastic. I loved every single character. I even loved Killmonger. And like, you know what?
He's my favorite character in the whole movie.
I think the best sign of a good movie or a good hero movie or a good hero plot is the villain.
And Marvel villains are usually terrible.
Really though, and that's kind of why I'm a bigger fan of DC. But like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some really great Marvel villains. Magneto, Killmonger. Like, it's really good. But
Marvel villains are like my stand-up comedy. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's
It's just, it is what it is. But like, I mean, I think Killmonger was excellent. The only thing I hated, or the only reason why Black Panther is number 3 for me, is because of the final fight scene between Killmonger and Black Panther.
It's all too CGI.
I thought it was too lackluster for a fight like that. Like, I mean,
wasn't that great, but whatever.
I would rather watch that one fight from that Wolverine movie where it was like Wolverine and Sabretooth versus that fake dead. Oh dear God, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather watch that trash than.
Yeah.
I mean, like, sorry, it was just boring. And for a fight that was meant to be so epic and so grander,
Yeah.
I feel like they could have done it better.
True.
Honestly, I would have rather seen that fight outside with everyone else, mixing it up in between everyone else,
Yeah.
you know, with the different tribes fighting and stuff. That would have been cool as hell. But hey, that's just me. I know other people are going to disagree. Whatever. My number 2 is Ant-Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
A lot of people are very
like that
iffy on
movie.
it. I loved Ant-Man.
It's funny.
First of all,
One of my
because
favorite characters.
Scott Lang is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe now.
I bought an Ant-Man shirt here.
You did?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Like a
cool.
while back, yeah.
I actually got all my Ant-Man comics from here. Like,
So-
but yeah, like Ant-Man's, you know, Scott Lang's one of my favorite characters. He's real. He feels almost kind of like Spider-Man in a way because he's a down on his luck kind of character.
Yeah.
But he feels realistic, like with everything he goes through, and the movie accentuated that for me. There's a lot of scenes I could talk about. I can't say spoilers at this point. You guys all know what happened in it already.
It was like 3.
Yeah, like that's phase 2. Like you guys know what happened already, but like I mean, that whole scene where Scott breaks back into the house to put the suit back because he realizes how much responsibility it is. Like it speaks a lot, right? And I thought that was huge. The whole movie spoke to me. I love the fact they put T.I. in that movie. Like I just loved Ant-Man. It was a spectacular ride for me.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah. You know what? I think you should do more. Like, but you know.
He's in the next one.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
next
he's
one.
definitely in the next one. I can't wait to see Ant-Man and Wasp. Just
Yeah.
saying. Last one, my number 1 favorite out of all the Marvel movies is Winter Soldier. Hands down, I think it's the best Marvel movie. It's the one that sticks with me the most. I don't know about y'all.
It's in my top 5.
Yeah, like it's
Up
it's
there, yeah.
it's mine only because like I mean, the way they did Bucky, beautiful.
Yeah.
And the way they set up a Captain America movie, like Captain America, I don't know if you guys read his comics.
Oh yeah.
Is it Robert Redford? Is that
Yeah,
isn't
Robert
it?
Redford. No, I don't know.
Some
I don't know
old guy that
actors. I mean, I don't know if you read Captain America comics. They're also somewhat hit or miss because like he's a character and he does have powers, but like he's very more espionage heavy. There's a lot more conspiracy behind a lot of his stories.
It's a different type of movie than what
Exactly.
came out previous to what they.
And I mean, that's how you make a superhero movie about a character with less powers, but they still made it so much bigger.
He's a stronger strong guy.
Exactly. They made it super actiony. They made it super nice. That scene where he's taking out the one ship, the one I can't remember what they call it. I was gonna say X-Jet because I'm so used to X-Men now. But
Helicarrier?
It wasn't a helicarrier. It was he took up.
Is that when he's on the motorcycle? He jumps.
Yeah, when he jumps over that ship.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
and he throws the
it's called.
shield around. He breaks up the boosters on the ship. I thought that was awesome.
My knowledge
that was
is gone.
cinematic, and like that elevator scene.
It's one of the best ever.
That elevator scene is one of the best fighting scenes, hands down. sorry, it is what it is. Like, but yeah, those are my top 5. Let's get into the worst. I know you guys want to hear it. I'm gonna start with the first Thor. I didn't like it. I know you guys disagree with me on this one, and like, you know what, I'm a big fan of Thor. Actually, more so, I'm a big fan of Beta Ray Bill. So like, I do love the series. I do love what Thor represents. I do love Norse mythology, but the first Thor I thought was, it wasn't as action. Yeah, you know what? They tried to. They do set him up properly. Yeah. They do set up his arrogance and that love connection with Jane Foster well. I just, you know, it didn't entertain me. The villain was nothing. Like, it was an empty suit. Like, and there's so many Thor villains that they could have used. They should have just used a dark elf. Really, like.
Well, I mean, like Loki was still pretty much.
Yeah, but I mean, no, really.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
They always end up friends.
Yeah, like they're brothers, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, Loki flip-flops so much, I don't really... Loki's just Loki. Like, he is what it is, and I'm sorry if you guys disagree with me, but that's how I feel about it. Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3, both of those are on my...
Is that 4 and 3?
Pardon me? Yeah, that's my 4 and 3.
Yeah, they're forgettable.
Honestly, they'd be higher up if I remembered any of it, but I can't. And I just watched Iron Man 2 last night, again, to refresh my memory. And I mean, like, I'm not even a huge Iron Man fan.
It's my favorite.
I love Iron Man. I think I love that Robert Downey Jr. plays Iron Man to a T. He is Iron Man now.
He is the Iron
Man. Like, he is Iron Man. He is. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, Iron Man 2 and 3 were forgettable. They didn't grab me. Iron Man 1 had me the whole movie. 2 and 3 didn't have the same effect. That's just how I feel about them. Now, my last 2, I know there's going to be a lot of controversy. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for these. My number 2, second most hated, is Spider-Man Homecoming. Not because the movie was bad.
I agree.
I feel like the acting was fantastic. Like, it was a good movie.
He's a good Spider-Man.
And he is a good Spider-Man. I hate the fact that they flip-flopped around with the whole Spider-Man timeline. Yeah. Like, they went from adult Peter in the Tobey Maguire trilogy back to teenage Peter, like Gwen meeting Peter, you know, in the Andrew Garfield. Yeah. I think Andrew Garfield is a superior Spider-Man, by the way. I know a lot of people are going to disagree. I think Tom did an excellent job. I think he's a better Peter Parker, but I think Andrew Garfield's a superior Spider-Man. Also, I love the Amazing movies. That's just me.
Okay.
You know what? I feel like Sony did a good job with those. Homecoming did a lot of things right. I just feel like there weren't a lot of super Spider-Man-y moments.
No.
Like, we didn't see the whole... Like, Spider-Man's one of the best heroes. Like, he could dodge bullets at close range. Like, he's...
Everyone knows he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, he's Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get that wow factor from the movie. Like, the story had me, but I was just like, man, this is Spider-Man, and... you know? But I do like that. I gotta make a shout out that one part where they put Childish Gambino playing Miles Morales' uncle. You know,
doing that underground poking.
Exactly, and that, you know what? Primo scene, that made me laugh. I really love that they alluded to the Ultimate Universe, which it actually makes me think the whole universe is the Ultimate Universe. But, I mean, it's a cinematic universe. It's a separate thing entirely. But I loved it. I loved it. I love that one part.
And your worst.
Yeah, my worst. This is my least favorite. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. My least favorite is Captain America Civil War.
Oh.
Hey, isn't it ironic that both my favorite and my least favorite are both Captain America?
Really?
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Civil War is my least favorite movie. Not the action scenes were spot on. Don't get me wrong. Like, the action, 100%. That one scene where they're all at the airport and they go at each other, A1. Brother, I would watch it again. That final fight scene between Tony and Captain America, poof,
They fought beautiful because Tony's parents were killed.
Yeah.
And his mom wasn't named Martha.
We're really gonna go back to this DC joke all the time, aren't we?
Which is cool.
But I don't know, that end I was like, man, like, Tony, you don't belong in the DC universe. You ain't got to act like that. Nah. I don't know. The reason why I didn't like Civil War, for one thing, I read the comic Civil War, and it didn't hold weight for me. There's certain parts of it that I thought were very, very amazing, but like the comics itself never held weight for me. When I watched the movie, I noticed the changes, the small, subtle differences they made.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things for me was that the most powerful scene in the comics, to me at least, was the Luke Cage panel. I don't know if you guys have read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you guys haven't, I don't want to spoil it. It's a cool thing. If you go back and read Civil War and read the part where Luke Cage walks into the convenience store, it's the most powerful thing for me, besides Spider-Man saying, I can't. That's another thing that bugged me.
They just wanted to leave him on Netflix.
Yeah. But that's okay. I also hated how in Luke Cage they never mentioned the Sokovia Accords. But anyways, that's a whole different beast. But,
yeah,
you know.
I'm going to do a Luke Cage review because that comes up.
Yeah, definitely bring me back for that one.
Of course.
I love Luke Cage. Hey, represent for my black heroes, you know?
Okay, so those are your lists?
Yeah, but that's my list. I'm sorry, like, I rabbled on a bit, but that one scene in Civil War where Spider-Man's like, no one should touch this shield. There's only one person who deserves to touch it. Then they blatantly disregard that in the movie with Spider-Man flipping out, taking out Captain America's shield. That hurt. That cut deep.
So,
that's just me.
Before John does his list, I have another comedian friend named Joe Botello. He's going to do the Ant-Man and the Wasp with me, and his favorite hero ever is Captain America. So when he hears this, he's not gonna like I'm wearing a Captain America watch, by the way. Guardians of the Galaxy shirt, which is pretty fitting. My girlfriend bought me everything I'm wearing, except for my shirt and my shoes.
I don't know if you should be saying that on camera.
Whatever, thanks, babe. You're the real hero. But, go ahead, Steve.
Hey, okay. I'm John Laroche. Now, my first two, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yeah, I'm going right from the top.
Okay, go.
Right, he's going top to bottom.
First two, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Nice.
Probably because I'm a sci-fi nerd and I got a
NASA
rocket shirt on right now.
Pretty dope.
But yeah, I love those movies because of the whole sci-fi aspect, the whole spaceships flying around shooting people. Like, I loved all that. That's all badass stuff. Number 3 would be Civil War.
Ooh. Here's where it starts. Why did you like Civil War? Sorry.
I like Civil War because I was into the comics before I'm into the movies. Like, I was long into the comics way before any of the movies were written or filmed, whatever. But I like Civil War because they did kind of follow the storyline. They didn't put every single thing in,
yeah.
But from like the beginning to end, they got the point.
I mean, sort of. I don't know. I don't like the fact that in the whole movie, Captain America was just like, it's just for Bucky. I gotta do this for Bucky.
Well,
I gotta save Bucky.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, in the comic, he was like more. All about
he was more
heroes,
like the heroes. Exactly. He was more about the average man. Like, he was about protecting the people's rights and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and
he wanted more freedom for
exactly.
heroes,
and you know what? The heroes in the Marvel Universe have done a lot, so I understand. When it comes to the movies, I was on Team Iron Man, but when it comes to the actual comics, Captain America had the better, you know what I mean? Like, he had the better position, and that's why I kind of loathed Civil War. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, so that was Civil War number 3. Number 4, Thanos.
Hey, Infinity War.
Infinity War, Thanos. That was just badass. I love that movie. I love when Thor was like, we're making a Thanos killing hammer. That was
it was great.
Best part for me through the whole movie. After Thanos would be Doctor Strange.
Hey,
because I'm a huge Doctor Strange fan. I have like all Doctor Strange comic books.
Oh, nice. You a fan of Doctor Voodoo? Sorry, like sorry.
I the whole Doctor Strange series.
A huge magic side.
Yeah, I love the whole magic side.
We gotta talk later then, because
like bouncing in and out of realms and like controlling you. I love all that. That stuff's badass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be Winter Soldier. Because that was a badass movie. Everyone can just agree.
Hey,
Winter Soldier was fucking awesome.
One of the best movies.
After Winter Soldier, I went with Avengers and Avengers 2. Because I love Avengers.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, Josh Whedon directed both of them. No, it wasn't Josh Whedon. It was, I don't know this time. No, it was Josh Whedon.
Yeah, he did both.
Yeah, he did. Did he do both?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
the
he
first
did both.
two, and then the Russo brothers did.
Yeah, I love
Infinity War.
those because just all the introduction of all the new characters and all the cool characters they brought in. And then after those, Thor Ragnarok. Because, you know,
Hey,
it's Thor Ragnarok, and it was kind of Planet Hulk, and I
Yeah.
love Planet Hulk.
see, I feel like
is
Planet Hulk should have had its
one of my
own-
favorite story
Right,
arcs
it's one
in
of
the
mine
entire
too.
Marvel
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah,
I
it's-
love Planet Hulk. Like,
We'll never see a Hulk movie.
if they ever
Not again.
split off and make a Planet Hulk,
Bro, if
I
they
would
make a
love it.
She-Hulk, if they make a She-Hulk movie, we'll see a Hulk movie. If the way
Oh, yeah.
things are going, we're gonna see a She-Hulk movie. Like,
After Thor Ragnarok would be Iron Man and Captain America: First Avenger. I like those two pretty much equally because you know they're the two
introducing two of the
introducing
mainstays.
the two main guys. After them, Black Panther. That was just a badass movie. I mean, overall, it was just A+.
I never freeze.
I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say about Black Panther at all. Then Ant-Man. Loved Ant-Man. That was a great movie. Now we're down to like the last few, which is...
Ooh, here we go. Here comes the negative comments.
Alright, Thor. I don't know, it wasn't the movie I expected it to be.
Same. I expected a little bit more action.
Yeah,
a little.
I expected more Thor.
Exactly.
you
I
know,
expected
like,
the romance to be more not
Yeah.
stereotypical. I expected
Yeah.
it to be more, you know,
more Thor, more
yeah,
fucking...
more
like,
natural. You know,
yeah,
like I-
yeah. After Thor, Hulk. Incredible Hulk. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me.
As sad as this is, the Incredible Hulk is my number 6 on my top like favorite movies.
I mean, I
Like-
love the Hulk. He's pretty much one of my favorite Marvel characters, but that movie...
Oh no, that movie was bad.
That movie...
The only reason I like that movie is because the Hulk was in it. Sorry, like that movie was bad. I can openly
Yeah.
admit that was. Ooh.
Then the third last would be Iron Man 2 and 3 together.
You're just forgettable.
I seen Iron Man 2. I think I fell asleep halfway through Iron Man 3, to be honest.
I can't even. I'm sorry, Iron Man 3
I just
did
couldn't get
nothing.
into him. I couldn't get into him.
I agree with you, brother. Like,
I haven't seen Thor 2 yet, so
And actually, when I asked you to make your list, you told me you didn't see it, and I said it doesn't matter. Because
it
when,
doesn't
when
matter.
I saw like I seen every single one of these movies in theaters, and actually, ironically, I didn't pay to see Dark World, and I'm glad. I know you like it, but I'm
Yeah,
glad I didn't like it at all. So.
I haven't seen it.
the only reason I
yet.
liked Dark World 2 was because I didn't like the first one so much. I like that they went back to the action. I like that, you know, the
So,
fact.
I just haven't seen it.
My list is opposite
never
of
got
like
to it yet.
everything you guys have said. So ready?
Oh, my
Oh,
last
you got his
one.
last
one.
Spider-Man.
Homecoming.
Oh, you put that after a movie you've never even seen.
Yeah.
It was so bad you didn't even need to see it.
Spider-Man. I just was not into it at all.
Well-
It didn't even seem like Spider-Man. It seemed like it was some other hero.
Oh,
Like, to me,
They
it
went
just-
really far back. They went back to Child Spider-Man, and it throws people off.
It was like,
And I mean, like, Child Spider-Man is what most of us grew up with, but
yeah,
it was
like-
too kiddie.
I grew up on Spider-Man comic books. Like I read the first, like, for 2 years he was a teenager. Gone. Now he's an
Yeah.
adult, and that's all I've been reading.
Reading,
since,
exactly.
like-
But you know, Spider-Man has his own industries
Yeah.
now. Like, he owns Parker Industries.
they're like
Yes,
from doing this.
so
and
that's
that-
my list.
From doing that and this, so they're like a long ways away from.
Oh, of
it.
course,
Yeah.
of course. But I mean,
Okay,
Guardians
I'll-
on top
my-
and Spider-Man on the bottom.
Mine, Thor: The Dark World. I tried to watch it afterwards, and I couldn't get through it the first time, so I had to go back and rewatch it.
ooh,
But-
sorry. Are you going from bottom to top?
Yeah,
or are you
nine-
going?
19
Oh, he's
up.
going opposite of this man.
Yeah.
So he's going bottom to top. He's
Um,
going from his worst to his favorite.
18 Iron Man 2, 17 Iron Man 3. They're both like forgettable. I didn't think the Incredible Hulk was as bad as you guys said. I put that number 16. I watched these. My buddy Jerry and me watched this, and he's like the size of the Hulk, and he liked the Hulk better than Iron Man. So I agree with him on that day. Avengers: Age of Ultron was kind of like, I think that was a mess to me. Honestly, I didn't like that well.
I didn't
Yeah.
hate it.
The first-
I didn't like it.
The first Avenger,
I-
Captain America:
I
First
liked
Avenger. It was a cool setting. Like I like the whole like 1940s, 30s, whatever.
Yeah.
it
I
was.
thought Red Skull
was
was
cool.
the whole driving part of that
he was
movie.
awesome.
And the fact they brought him back for Infinity
Yeah,
War
it's like
to do that
small-
scene with the whole soul stone, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I like the Red Skull. Thor, number 13, I don't think it's as bad as some of you guys think.
Sorry.
Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, the reason why I didn't like it, Jon Favreau was happy. He just came across, you know, he's supposed to be like a bad, like, just like, not bad guy, but like a jerk, kind of, right?
Yeah.
But he just seemed too douchey, and I wanted Spider-Man, like, chokeslam him. Like, that would have been cool. You can do that, Spider-Man.
So,
But,
like, you never,
Spider-Man Homecoming's 12, 11's Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange. And see, like, all these movies to me are good, like, except for Dark World, like, they're all good.
Yeah, you know, generally they're all.
They do a good job
But-
with the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
that's
except
just
for the
the
Hulk. I'm sorry, the Hulk is not good.
Ant-Man's number 10. The first Avengers, even with Hawkeye, is number 9. I thought Hawkeye was
Do you
alright.
not like Hawkeye?
I like him. He was purple, so I feel good. The original Guardians of the Galaxy is number 8. I love
Fair.
the music in that is better than the music in the
Hey,
second
the
one.
soundtrack,
Yeah.
A1. I
That's
don't care
great.
what anyone says, the Guardians nailed it.
but Black Panther's number 7. I love Killmonger, and I think if they made this movie in 1993, Tupac would have been Killmonger. That
You
was
think
my-
so?
Yep. that was
Interesting.
I said
Could you
that.
imagine?
I think
Tupac
no,
is
because he had that same attitude. You know,
He kind of does.
Yeah,
No, he kind of does. And you know what? A lot of things that Killmonger said made sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
I agreed with Killmonger the whole movie. You told me that was wrong.
Well, I mean, yeah, because there's reasons. why I
Nobody
don't-
agrees with anything I ever say, anyway. So
No, like I see your point. Sorry.
Thor Ragnarok is number 6. I thought that movie was just hilarious from start to finish. I went and saw that for my birthday, actually. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was number 5. I love Yondu's relationship in that. Yondu's one of my favorite characters.
You know what I liked in that was that they actually showed the original real Guardians
Guardians,
Yeah,
of the Galaxy.
they did
Yeah.
exactly,
All of them.
and like I know a lot of people didn't catch that, but the fans who, like,
Actually know
I
that.
just started reading the Guardians of the Galaxy comics when I saw the first movie, but I caught that and I was like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I thought that
That
was
is
badass.
that's a way
Oh,
to do it.
And
So-
Taserface.
Yeah.
That character's pretty funny. Like
Yeah.
I love when like him and Rocket were having that thing. So number 4, Captain America: Winter Soldier. I think that movie was just like overall different than what was previous. Like I said.
yeah, espionage movie.
Number 3, Captain America: Civil War. I loved it. I know you didn't like
Hey,
it.
that's just me.
Number 2, Infinity War, and because I thought that movie was great. It's the second best movie I've seen this year, actually. Deadpool 2 is number 1.
Deadpool
But
2 is
number
your-
1,
yeah.
the best movie I've seen out of any MCU movie is the original Iron Man. Take me
Original
back.
Iron Man is definitely.
I love Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
I love
it was
Tony
good.
Stark. I love him better when he's not in the suit. Like I love
So
just
do I.
watching
Like I
Tony
love
Stark
just
talk.
watching him.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
one of my favorite scenes ever in the MCU is when Tony Stark is actually. I think this was the first time he met Captain America, and he's talking to him in Avengers. Sorry,
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favorite scenes. That and the falafel scene at the
That
end.
is cool.
Yeah.
So-
I like that he looks like Tony
Yeah,
Stark
like
in the
he-
comics.
He looks identical.
Bro, he is Tony Stark.
He's an alcoholic.
Just like
he's
Ben
you
Affleck
know,
looks like that. That's fine. But I want to first off, I want to thank my 2 friends that are with
Hey,
me.
no worries.
Anytime.
I'll be doing more soon. The next one I do is Jurassic World, and that's the end of June. I want to thank Big B Comics. I even bought a comic today. See, you could read these that you see in the movies and stuff. This is called Doomsday Clock. I'm a couple issues behind because, much like school, I was always behind a bit.
Oh,
And I
you know
want
what it is too?
I want to shout out the man filming, Josh Tiller.
Yeah,
if you need
thanks,
anything
Josh.
filmed, like music
Respect.
videos, comedy videos like this, your honeymoon, anything, Josh will film it. So anything else you guys want to add?
Hey, yeah, a shout out. Thanks, Josh, man. I appreciate it. Kev, thank you for having me again, bro. I'll be back soon. Hey, again, my name is Reeves. You can follow me on Instagram at Revo Reeves, or you could, add me on PSN, Toast Boy. I'll be around for a while. And, you gotta bring me back for DC, because that's my shit. Oops.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, John Laroche. You can check me out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. John Laroche, just how it's spelled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for your
Thanks,
time, guys.
Thanks, man.
Hey.